Dear students, we are going to cover the topics in today's class are couple and moment, Varignon's principle of moments, laws of moments, and ladder friction. So, couple, a pair of two equal and opposite forces with line of action parallel to each other is known as a couple. We have seen the examples that force applied to the key of a lock while locking or unlocking it, we need to apply the couple equal and opposite forces we need to apply to lock or unlock a lock with the help of a key. Similarly, while tightening a screw with the help of a wrench, we need to push and turn, apply the turning action on the screw. That is also a good example in daily life of a couple. So, how to represent it here? Two equal and opposite forces separated by a distance. This is very important here that the forces are not collinear. We have seen that collinear forces means they have a same line of action. But in case of couple, the line of action is separated by a particular distance, perpendicular distance, whereas magnitude of the forces is same. Moment of a couple, moment it the meaning of moment is it is uh, a force into perpendicular distance, or you can say the effect of a force at a particular distance acting, right? So if we need to evaluate the effect of this force at a particular point, then we can take its moment such as force into its perpendicular distance. So here moment of a couple means the force P into the perpendicular distance separated by that particular forces. P is the magnitude force and A is the arm of the couple. So here are the two different types of couple, clockwise couple and anti-clockwise couple. So often we need to visualize the thing in the engineering problems. You must have visualized the similar thing in your subject engineering drawing, perceptive views, then different views for third angle, first angle method for front view, top view, isn't it? So in the same way, we need to visualize here, imagine here that what will be the turning moment or tilting moment it will be giving. So for this, it is creating, you can see the uh, turning motion in the clockwise direction, isn't it? In this way. Similarly, for this anti-clockwise couple, if you can see, it is giving the sense in the anti-clockwise direction. So that's why according to the type, it is clockwise and anti-clockwise couple. Same sign convention we consider it for the movement as well, that clockwise movement and anti-clockwise movement. So you must be aware that positive sign we consider it for the anti-clockwise movement and negative for the clockwise movement. Application of moment we have seen in the previous class that we can find out the position of the resultant forces and while solving the problems related to the levers. The position of resultant force we can locate in this two step. First of all, we need to find out the magnitude and direction of the resultant force by the method of resolution, and then we can equate the moment of the resultant force with the algebraic sum of moments of the given system of forces at that point. So that is the we are applying the Varignon principle to locate the position of the particular resultant. It will be more clearer to you while solving the problems related to the support reaction and beams. So there we need to locate the resultant on the beam, and for that we need to apply the Varignon principle of moment. Let us see that Varignon's principle of moment or law of moments. So statement is like this: if a number of coplanar forces are acting simultaneously on a particle, then algebraic sum of moments of all the forces about any point is equal to the moment of the resultant about the same point. Mathematically, it can be written like this: capital R into F1 plus F2 plus F3, that is summation of all the forces, is equal to small r into F1 plus small r into F2 plus small r into F3. In fact, it should be R1, R2, small r1, R2, R3, because the distance, perpendicular distance from each force, it is varying, and it is the perpendicular distance about a particular point where we are taking the moment. So here the distance of the resultant into summation of all the forces plus the perpendicular distance. We will see the proof come one example of this problem of this principle to make your idea more clearer. So here we have a L-shaped beam like this, A, B, C, which arm is AB is 4 meter and arm BC is 3 meter, and it is fixed in a at one end like this. So you can and one force is acting here at an angle like this, right angle to this to its diagonal at 10 Newton at an angle of 30 degree with the x-axis, right? So we will try to take the moment of this force to verify the Varignon's principle of moment. So suppose we have one force here, 10 Newton. Let us try to resolve it into two different components. So here we have one component, we can say that horizontal component in this direction for this force, and this one is the vertical component in the downward direction, right? So this horizontal component, what will be the resolution of that component? It will be 10 sine 30. Sorry, 10 cos 30. Horizontal component is 10 cos 30. Similarly, this vertical will be 10 sine 30. So when while resolving it, we get two component for the force which is inclined at the angle of 30 degree. So here I am writing the component again, 10 sine 30, right? And the particular perpendicular distance about these two forces, you can see that about these two components, it is this one is 10 sine 30 and this one is 10 cos 30. So this perpendicular distance for this vertical component, that is 10 sine 30, this is 3 meter, and for this 10 cos 30 component, it is 4 meter from point A. So if we take a moment at point A, that is moment about point A, for this its component, what we get here, that moment about point A is equal to 10 cos 30 into, we can write down 10 cos 30 into the perpendicular distance is 4, right? And since you can see that it is giving the sense in the clockwise direction, so it is minus. So minus 10 cos 30 into 4 minus 10 sin 30 into 3. Why we have taken minus again for this component? Because you can see towards A again it is giving the clockwise sense, and the perpendicular distance of this vertical component is 3 meter from point A. So if we do the calculation of this, you will get the calculations about 49.65 something, and unit is Newton meter, because our force is in Newton and the distance is given in Newton meter. Similarly, if I take the moment of the same force without taking the components and considering the force directly, let me clear this here to make you understand. So now we have the force here as it is, right, of 10 Newton. And if at this perpendicular distance we are aware that this is the diagonal, so by applying the Pythagoras theorem, if we try to calculate the distance, then we get it as 5 meter, right? So what we get the calculation, and the force again it is creating the moment in the clockwise direction. So we get it minus 10 into the perpendicular distance is 5. So we get the moment about point A is 50 Newton meter, right? So we can see that the moment of the force is equal to the summation of the moment of the its component, right? So as the statement it is verified here by this simple problem. This is minus, and both are the minus because it is giving clockwise sense to the moment. So this is about Varignon's principle of moment. Then let us see the next topic, that is ladder friction. Now this is again very common examples. Ladder, it is in our daily to daily life we use ladder, and we often forget to apply it whatever the part we have studied in our daily to daily life. Now next time when you interact with ladder, you keep it in mind the reactions. So here the reactions are like this. This is, suppose AB is a ladder of a particular length. Its weight is W. So it will act towards its center of gravity. Through the CG, it will act in the downward direction. And the ladder, it is resting on a wall at point B with the support at point A on the ground. So here the details are: weight of the ladder is W, the normal reaction Ra and the frictional force Fa, the normal reaction Rb and frictional force Fb. So all of you are aware about the basic formula of frictional force. Frictional force is F is equal to mu into Rn, where Rn is the normal reaction. Now here we are notifying it at point B, the normal reaction is Rb. Obviously, because the ladder is touching the wall at point B, so it will exert some pressure on this force on this wall, and in return, since every action is having reaction, so it will the wall will offer the reaction Rb. Similarly, here the end A is exerting force on point on the ground, so the ground will offer the equal and opposite reaction at point A. Coming to the frictional force, it is in the stably it is standing on the wall. So here the frictional force will act at point B in the upward direction because it is having the slipping tendency in the downward direction. So the frictional force will act in the upward direction. Fb is equal to mu into Rb. Similarly, for point A, it will have the slipping tendency towards left. So the frictional force will act at the right direction. Fa is equal to mu Ra. So this is the general free body diagram, you can say, for the ladder. And one important point, that ladder friction, it is an example of non-concurrent force system. Till now we have worked out the problem with the concurrent force system. But here ladder friction, it is a beautiful example of non-concurrent, in fact non-coplanar force system. So you can see here that this force or reaction Fb or force Fb and Fa all are acting in a different direction, as well as parallel but in different directions. So it is not meeting at all. So Fa and this Ra, so Fb and Rb, Ra, and all these are acting in the different plane as well. This one is acting in the vertical plane of the wall, and this one is acting in the horizontal plane of the ground. The inclination we are considering as theta. Let us try to understand this with the help of an example. Here we have a problem: a ladder of a given length and weight 20 Newton is length is 5 meter and weight is 20 Newton. It is placed against a smooth vertical wall with its lower end 4 meter away from the wall. And the ladder, if the ladder condition is given that if the ladder is just to slip, we have to find out the coefficient of friction between the ladder and floor and the frictional force acting on the ladder at the point of contact between the ladder and floor. Now in this, while reading the problem, always read the problem carefully. In this problem, instead of giving the value of theta directly, the length and the distance from ground it is given. So we need to draw the free body diagram before solving the problem. It makes our work easy. So we can see that the 5 meter is the length of the ladder given, and the weight it is acting through its CG, center of gravity. Since ladder is symmetrical in shape, so it is taken at the middle, 20 Newton, and this distance from the end A to the ground to the wall it is given 4 meter. So by calculating, so we know the length of the ladder and we'll know this distance, so we can easily calculate this distance 3 meter by applying the Pythagoras theorem. We have got it. Similarly, this angle theta, sine theta we can get, and cos theta we can write down. Now, for writing the forces in the while applying the conditions of equilibrium, what we do, that summation of all the forces in x direction is equal to 0. So in that, in this particular problem, in this particular system of forces, if we see that the vertical, so the horizontal forces are this force Fa moving in the rightward direction, so it is positive, and the reaction Rb moving in the left direction, so it is negative. Beside this, we don't have any other horizontal forces. So equating it to 0, we get the equation Fa is equal to Rb, where Fa we know that Fa is equal to mu Ra is equal to Rb. Similarly, if we apply the condition of next condition of equilibrium, that is summation of all the forces in the y direction is equal to 0, we get that here the vertical forces are this reaction at Ra in the vertical direction. Similarly, this force Fb in the vertical direction, that is positive, and this weight W moving in the downward direction. For this particular equation, for this particular problem, here the condition is given that when it is about to slip, means this for this plane, for this point B, there is a slipping condition, that friction is 0, so this mu Rb is equal to 0. So putting this value equal to 0, what we get, that so sigma Fy is equal to Ra minus W plus Fb is equal to 0, replacing this value with 0 because it is about to slip, and putting the value of W, we get Ra is equal to 20 Newton. Similarly, if we take the bending moment about point A, then it is, all of you are aware that when we take the moment, the forces, concurrent forces at that particular point, the reaction, that the moment is 0 because the perpendicular distance is 0. So here equating the taking the bending moment about point A, we have here force Rb into 3. You can see in the previous slide, this reaction Rb, it is horizontal, and the perpendicular distance is vertically. You can see here, this is the perpendicular distance 3 meter, right, from this point A. So this will be the uh, 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 distance while taking the moment. So let us see it, how it is taken. Rb into 3, that is perpendicular distance, is equal to 20 AC cos theta. What does it mean? This 20 is the weight W acting in the downward direction, and what this AC cos theta indicates, it is the vertical distance or the perpendicular distance from point A. So this is the distance, particular distance, you can see from point A, right? Because this weight W is acting at point C, and if you take the line of action about this point, then vertical distance we get this, and what is that? It is nothing but it is AC cos theta. So here we have written it like this. AC cos theta, this distance, right? So replacing the value of this AC cos theta, AC and cos theta, what we get? RB into 3 is equal to 20 into 5 by 2, that is AC 5 by 2, and cos theta is 4 by 5. We have already written the values, is equal to 40. So what we get, the value after doing calculation, we get it RB into 3 is equal to 40. So therefore RB is equal to 13 Newton per meter. Always give the unit, because without unit the numbers are meaningless. Units are very important. So it is RB is equal to 13.33 Newton meter. Now let us calculate the value of mu. What is mu? Here mu is equal to RB upon RA. We have seen this equation. Mu RA is equal to RB. You can give it even equation number 1 to make your writing systematic. So from equation number 1 we can calculate the value of mu, that is RB upon RA, and when we put down the value of RB and RA, we get the value of mu as 0.667. We obtain the value of friction of coefficient of friction as mu is equal to 0.667, and the last answer is frictional force between the ladder and the floor. So that is, we can easily get frictional force between the ladder and floor is nothing but it is Fa, and Fa is equal to mu Ra. Already Ra we have calculated the value, mu just now we have obtained 0.667. So by replacing the value, we get the value of Fa is equal to 13.4 Newton. That's all for today's class, students. Take care. Good day. In tomorrow's class, we will work out the different problem again related to the movement and also the friction, topic related to the friction.